Students, let's understand today the structure of the leaves, and I'll show you various types of leaves. So I hope all of you have subscribed to Unique Learning and you are a part of the channel. You are getting the notifications timely. So let's understand what is a leaf, what are the functions of the leaf, and what are the various parts of a leaf. So you see this, I am showing you a bitter gourd leaf. You see how beautiful it looks. It is having different bifurcations in the leaf. As you see, these different bifurcations, and these lines on the leaves, they are said to be the veins. And leaf is green in color, so this leaf, green colored major parts of the leaf will be called as the lamina. Now in this leaf there are leaf apex. If you want to say, there is no particular leaf apex because there are pointed different parts. So there is no particular leaf apex, and for midrib also we cannot say that there is a particular midrib because each lobe of the leaf is having one midrib of its own. And you can see here that this part of the leaf, this is the petiole of the leaf. This part which is joining it to the stem, it is the petiole of the leaf. So this bitter gourd leaf, I think you have understood, it's a very beautiful leaf. So I'll try to show you other leaves also and the various structures on them, and you just understand, like you can see here, veins. When you see the veins of these leaves, they are actually showing reticulate venation because they are having a net-like pattern. You can see of the veins in these leaves. So I hope you have understood a leaf with reticulate venation. So naturally, when the leaf is having reticulate venation, its roots will be taproot. So observe the leaf of this Syngonium plant. See how wide this leaf is, and it looks so beautiful. The beauty of this plant is because of its leaves only. So see, this is the midrib and these are the veins, and it is showing reticulate venation. So naturally its roots will be taproot. And let's see the petiole. Petiole of the leaf is also so long. I'm not able to trace it. It's going till where? So it has got a very long petiole, and the leaf apex is this one, and this full is the leaf lamina. So like this you can understand from the various leaves what are the leaf structures, and these are variegated. So green parts of the leaf will be doing photosynthesis, while white parts may not be able to do photosynthesis because they may not be having, or if they are having also, the amount of chlorophyll, that is the green colored pigment, may be less in these regions. Let's see this peepal leaves. How are the venation of this leaves in this small peepal plant? You see the midrib is very clear, and these are the veins which are going on both the sides, and there is a net-like pattern which is very clearly visible. If the plant leaf gets dried up, then you can clearly see the pattern. So as you can see in these leaves, this is the leaf apex, and this is the lamina of the leaf, and then you have got this is the petiole. So by this peepal leaf, the reticulate venation is very clear. So naturally this plant will be having taproot because plants with leaves having reticulate venation do have taproots. You can see in other plants also, like this Muchkunda plant, it is also having reticulate venation in the leaves. So like this you can see around yourself
and try to identify what is the venation of the leaves, what is the type of stem in the plant. Now let's see this Bel Patra. Bel Patra, which is very very useful for its leaves. Its fruit is also very good. It has got some properties which helps in digestion. Actually, it's pair of leaves, that is these 3 leaves together are offered to Lord Shiva. So let's see the venation. Here also you can see midrib is clearly visible, other veins are visible, and this is having a reticulate venation. So the tree will be having taproot, and naturally it needs a taproot because it's such a big tree and it cannot stand on its own if it has fibrous root. So you see these leaves which are very useful of Bel Patra, it is called. That is Aegle marmelos is the scientific name of this tree, and it's having reticulate venation. And petioles are also visible. Yeah, like you see this leaf is having big petiole, but these 2 small leaves, they seem to be sessile, or their petiole is very small. So actually this is a single leaf which has differentiated into 3 parts in this. So this type of botanical study we will do later on in our next videos. Let's check in grasses what type of a venation is present. In the grasses you can see grass leaves are having parallel venation. There is the midrib here. These are elongated grasses and the veins are parallel to each other, as you can see here. So grasses will be having fibrous root, and I can show you by taking out it, because it is a weed plant, so it should be actually taken out. So let me take out one grass and show you it is very hard, so it needs lots of pressure. You can see little bit root has come out and it is a fibrous root. Let's take out more grass and see what type of a root it is having. So you can see this is all fibrous root which is present in this grasses because they are having parallel venation. So roots are fibrous roots. I hope it's clear to you. So you can also remove such weeds and check what type of a root the plant is having. See this banyan tree. In this banyan tree how the roots are there, and aerial roots here that you can see from the stems, it's coming down, it's supporting the stem. And let's see the leaves of this plant. So leaves are like this. You can see this is the midrib and these are the side veins, and this is a typical example of a reticulate venation. Net like pattern is here. This is the leaf apex and this is the leaf lamina, and this portion is the petiole part. So banyan is also having reticulate venation of the leaves, and the roots will be taproot, but then also it has got aerial roots which come out from the branches of the tree to give it extra support. In these corn plants you see the leaves are showing parallel venation, as veins are midrib and veins are clearly visible to you. The veins are parallel to the midrib. So corn plants which are a type of monocot plants, they will be having fibrous roots. See, leaves of these plants are divided into so many lobes. In a single leaf there are so many lobes formed. These are haldi or turmeric plants whose leaves we can see they show typically parallel venation and they have got fibrous roots. The turmeric roots are actually not roots, they are rhizomes. They are a part of stem and they are storage stems. So let's understand about these stems and roots of the various types from these wonderful plants which we grow around us. So I hope you have understood. You are seeing the parallel venation in these leaves. So stay tuned to Unique Learning and let's know more about these leaves and plants. Let's see the leaves of a canna plant, how they appear. See, these are elongated leaves
and they are having, this is the midrib of the leaf, and this big part of the leaf is the lamina of the leaf. So these all veins, you can see they go parallel to each other. So it's actually having a parallel venation, and you can see here this pointed tip of the leaf will be the leaf apex of this leaf of canna plant. So as the leaf is showing you parallel venation, so naturally its roots will be not taproot, but they will be fibrous roots. So based on the leaf, you can understand what type of the root the plant is having.
See this banana plant, how the banana plant appears. Its leaves show the parallel venation, as it is very clear. This is the leaf apex, this is the lamina of the leaf, and this is the midrib. The veins are going parallel to each other, and let's see the petiole. This is the petiole by which it is attached to the stem. So banana is a typical example of plant with parallel venation and fibrous roots are present in it. So I've shown you a number of plants with fibrous roots and parallel venation, and a number of plants with reticulate venation and taproots. So I hope you are enjoying, and stay tuned to this channel and learn about more such wonderful plants around us.